Good people, what's going on? It is Sanctuary Sunday, and I am here because I am feeling on fire today, right? And so this is pre-recorded, so I'm just going to give it to you like in the moment. I'm not going to act like today is Sunday because it's not, but it will be when you see this. So it's Friday morning. I'm on my way to the gym. Keep it tight, keep it right. But anyway, so last night I was in this chat, Google Hangout chat with someone I recently met. And out of the blue, it came to me, we're talking about, art and writing, and I'm in an MFA program at Goddard College out of Port Townsend, Washington. And I had mentioned, I was like, yeah, sometimes I think about, just backing out of that. And she was like, oh, no, keep your eye on the prize. And I'm like, what's the prize? And she's like, graduation. And I'm like, that ain't enough. Graduation is not a prize. I mean, graduate high school, big deal, right? Graduate from anything you want to do. That's a big deal. I already have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and this MFA was, going to be my fun degree. Like, I'm going to finally do something for myself because everything else was for, so a sister could sustain her life. That's a whole other story. So somehow or another, maybe she fell asleep, I don't know, but we stopped chatting like in between sentences, right? So it was kind of late. So this morning, when I went to sleep, I put it in my spirit like, what am I supposed to do? Because it had been a while since I said, that I was considering not being in the program. I finished my first semester with flying colors. It's not hard for me at all. It's actually easy. But that doesn't mean that that's the path. Easy doesn't mean that's the path. So anyway, I put it in my spirit. What am I supposed to do with that? Do I keep going or not? Because, I want to be with the truth. I always want to be with the truth. The highest vibration, following the intuition, path of the truth, because man, that's the way to be. Like when you're aligned, it's all good. When you're not, it's not. So I had these dreams about school. And what was interesting is there was this woman there that they were trying to get rid of. It was a black woman. The school were trying to get rid of her, but make her leave because she was sick. She had a virus. She had a virus that must have been pretty intense. And she, had some diarrhea and some fluid issues and matters. And so people were like, oh, she got to get out of here before it's like an outbreak, right? And it was hard for her to leave. She kept finding a way back. And eventually, they got her out. There were other aspects of the dream where I was swinging on the little rings, like in elementary school. And they were far. I'm and I have a fear of heights. I can get down with the roller coasters, but I don't like to just be suspended, right? And I remember swinging for one of the rings. And one of the students who I recognize moved it. And I was like, oh, snap. So I had to, hold my weight. And I was like, dang, interesting. And then she pointed, use that one. It was sort of with an attitude, she wasn't trying to help a sister out, right? Dang, okay. Anyway, I woke up, 5 o'clock hour. That's, 5 o'clock hour. Whenever I'm up in the 5 o'clock hour, it means something is brewing. And I'm learning to just get my tail up and listen. So about 6 o'clock, it's dark. I sit up in bed and I close my eyes and I begin to go within to hear, and I recall these dreams, right? And then it's what's the truth? The truth is, I don't want to do it. The truth is, it's no longer aligned. The truth is, it was supposed to be the fun degree, but, I do more writing outside of school, right? I don't want to read those books. I don't want to annotate those books that I don't even enjoy. And I don't want to hear anyone tell me that it's not about enjoying the book. It's about reading it for the craft. get you on that. But then I need to be passionate about craft, right? I need to be passionate about what it is that I need to know. But the truth is, that's not the truth. I'm not passionate about craft. I don't give two hoots about this book. It is not good by any measure in my mind. I'm happy for them and their success, but really, I really have to read these 350 pages and then annotate it, find something magical inside of it and dissect it. Life is like our longest, shortest experience. And I don't want to spend any of my time consumed with doing anything that I don't want to do. So I'm like, if I'm not living a passionate life, I'm just living a life waiting for graduation. But life is happening now. Life is not happening, when graduation arrives. So I need to enjoy the journey. I need to be consumed in what I want to do. Because when you're consumed in what you really want to do that you're passionate about, not that you're just doing something, man, the door is open. That's when the magic happens. And I heard all of that when I sat up and I said, oh, snap. I'm getting ready to shoot Goddard an email and tell him, deuces, thank you, but no thank you. Like, let somebody else occupy my seat. Because I got to live my life passionately, with vibrancy, with dynamism, and with magic. And if anything is stepping in between me and my ability to do that, you got to go. Like, I don't care who you are. Friend, family, foe, school, myself. If I'm standing in my own way, I got to go. Which means I have to go somewhere and reevaluate what I'm doing. I mean, because, school must have been, it initially was something. But the thing about things and the things about life is that things change. We grow and expand and we take what we can from what we had and we move on. We don't just stay just to stay. I didn't consult anybody because I didn't want to hear the external voices. Not at all. I don't want to hear anybody say, well, Saya, you thought about getting an MFA for a long time and, you really should just, why? For you or for me? Because it's my life. Like, you living your life. You got to wake up, get dressed, and flow inside your right vibration. Not inside the vibration that somebody is attaching to you. And if you want to change your mind mid-sentence, mid-act, mid-MFA program, change your mind because it's coming to you for a reason. Growth and expansion, it just shows up. It doesn't wait for graduation. Let's just say I kept going to graduate, now what? Now I'm Kesia Young, MSW, MFA. How was the program, girls? It was cool. That's how I felt about my MSW when I went to USC. I felt like I could have just stayed at home and did it from home. Oh, it's cool. I mean, thank you for all the job opportunities after that I had to go get. But I mean, life is bigger than the degrees. We have more inside of ourselves, creativity-wise, that we can create USCs and Goddards and, Cornells or wherever you're going. Like I said, I'm doing more writing now than when school was in. Why? Because I'm following the school guide. I got 18 books I got to read and annotate and all this stuff. And there's no fire. Find your fire. Live a passionate life for you. Not for your parents, not even for your kids. Because what you find is later in life, you feel like you have less time, even though you don't. It's never too late and it's never too little time. It's all about your choices, what you do with the choices, how you choose, if you choose. Because even not choosing is a choice. You chose not to choose. But you got to live in between with like realness, some authenticity, some light. A lot of people, oh, what did you want? I wanted to be a musician. What are you? I'm a dentist. Well, it don't hurt to have a dentist in the family, but that's not the point, right? The point is, be a musician. You never know what you were meant to create and offer to the world. If something is keeping you in a box, find the opening. If you gotta crawl your way out, little bit at a time, find that opening. Crawl your way out a little bit at a time, because one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be out of that box and inside the vast space of your freedom. So today I am on fire. I canceled my flight. I'm not going to that February residency in Washington, freezing my tail off, right? Just to go through the rigmarole and all, waking up every day, doing all the stuff. No, not doing it. Why? Not that that's bad. That's fabulous for people who find it fabulous. I'm not doing it because it no longer resonates. It's not my truth. It wouldn't be authentic. It's no longer aligned with who I am and where I am in life. And you know what? I kind of knew it inside of the semester. I kind of knew it the first residency, July 2017. Like, this ain't for me. Like, I have more fun just writing on my own. So fast forward to January 2018, and I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm not going to just keep on going forward when I know I'm done. I don't need to keep on testing the waters in order to know I'm done. I've done that in my past before. I've known that the finish line is right here. I've known that the end date was right here. I've known that the expiration date was right here, relationships. But I kept it pushing. Well, maybe. Well, let me exhaust the possibilities. Well, no. That ship has sailed. And now I'm all about riding the current and the vibration of what's true. And if it's not true, it's got to go. So I want to encourage people to find what's true and follow what's true. It doesn't matter what people around you say. People will always have an opinion about your life. But they're not doing anything with their own. They will always have some feedback to give you, some unsolicited advice, when they're not even living in the magic. And that's because they can't conceive of how you've so boldly made this decision to do this or that or not do this or that, because, well, how did you, well, you started the program, shouldn't you finish? Well, you're in that relationship, shouldn't you just keep? No. Time is the one thing we don't get back. What's your reward for wasting your time? What do you get out of that? Where do you get? Because the whole time you're wasting your time, you're feeling like it's all a waste of time. Now you're questioning and second guessing the questioning, confused and uncertain, unsure. And it's this cycle of just like, dang, a hamster on a wheel, when all you got to do is jump off and start this whole new thing. So I am free, right? All my time inside of my days are mine once again, even though they were like mine already because I'm in Mexico and I'm not working. And I'm just like living on the abundance of life, right? Life keep on being abundant, right? But I had school and all that. Now I'm on break, and the break manifested so much creative power and juice and projects like Sanctuary Sunday and my memoir. I'm 140 pages in. I wouldn't be 140 pages in if the semester was still going, because I'd be reading 18 books and annotating them. And no diss to that. I don't want to feel like the message, I'm not sending the message of that you have to diss something in order to choose something, that you have to talk badly about a past relationship in order to move on. You got to start an argument in order to leave the relationship. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is contrast is real. And now I'm very clear that was cool, but this is cooler. And I'm just following the path of the truth. So even in relationships, don't look for something wrong in order to leave. Like, don't create a bigger mess in order to leave. Have a conversation and say, you got to go, right? We don't have to start a fire in order to find the exit. We can all be big girls and big boys, stand up in our truth and speak it. And not listen to the feedback. You know, I like to start things by saying, I'm not asking for any feedback. I'm letting you know that this is what's happening. Because it's my life. It's my life. Right? And it's your life. So do your thing. Or as I say sometimes playfully, do your thug thizzle. Like, you know, you want to start a company, start a company. Just come up. You might not even have the money. Just come up with the plan, the intention, what it looks like. And put that out there. If you want to go to school, if you want to keep going, go. Don't let anything hold you back. If you're done, be done. Be free. Live a passionate life, because that's where the abundance is. That's where the joy is. That's where the bounty is. That's where the richness is. That's where it all is. Because life doesn't happen after graduation. Life happens right now, every day that we walk inside of the reality of walking inside of life. That's where life is. Life isn't later. Life is now. And if you put that off until later, what if you never even make it? What if you miss all of these things you needed to see to get to where you were really supposed to be, but instead of following your intuition, you stayed on the carved out plan? Intuition is not a plan. Intuition is a nudge. What was that? Intuition is like, you better get on it and ride it. You can't plan intuition. Oh, I'm going to plan my deepest knowing in 5 minutes. It's going to show up in a ride for me and I'm going to ride that out. No. When it comes, ride it out. And when you're done, be done, move on. Don't put yourself inside the I should, I'm supposed to box. Put yourself in the vast space of what is it that I want to do? Because that's what I'm getting ready to be about doing. And I want to support and celebrate you on that. Happy Sanctuary Sunday. Be with your biggest, brightest idea, your biggest, brightest being inside yourself. Cultivate the good in you and find your path. You know, find your path. You don't have to know it. Just keep walking, because it's just, you might. But if you always do this, you're never going to be the big that you're supposed to be. You're never going to be the big that you're supposed to be if you keep on following some carved out plan. No. Be big. You're supposed to be big. Be big. Say forget that and hello to that. Say I'm done with that and I welcome this. Yes. Yes. I'm on fire for the Lord, right? I'm just like, oh. Yes. Anyway, I'm out because I got to go to the gym because 2 more minutes, I'm not going to go. It's not always that easy. But anyway, thank you as always for joining me on Sanctuary Sunday. You know, I appreciate the feedback that I get, the subscribers, everybody who's a part of this project. May it grow and grow and grow and grow. And may whatever you have planted, whatever seeds you've planted, may they grow and grow and grow and grow. May we bloom and blossom together inside this life vibration. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beat. Have a good day. Yes. Yes.